When I guide pilgrims to the Holy Land, I use a model which other Franciscan guides have taught me. Pilgrimage involves place, event, and spirituality. In today's gospel, we hear of several places which provide us the background for the event of Mark's story of the Last Supper. Scholars suggest that Jesus and his disciples may have stayed outside the city, perhaps somewhere near Bethany, the home of Mary, Martha, and Lazarus, which is on the other side of the Mountain of Olives to the east of Jerusalem. Perhaps they also camped out on the hillside of the Mount of Olives near the Garden of Gethsemane. The guest room for the Passover might have been in a neighborhood on the south side of Jerusalem. Today we commemorate the Last Supper in a room which probably didn't exist in Jesus' time, but is in the neighborhood. Finally, Jesus and the disciples go back to the Mount of Olives after supper to pray in the Garden of Gethsemane. Out of town again to the east, across the deep valley of the Kidron stream. So, as a pilgrim guide, I've just given you a number of places, settings for the event of the Last Supper and what happens afterwards. If we were actually visiting these places, I would possibly read this very gospel text that we have on this feast of the body and blood of Christ. So you are virtual pilgrims today. Open yourselves to the third element of pilgrimage, spirituality. Today, the gift of the Eucharist. Our other scriptures today lead us to reflect on God's covenant with Israel made through the sprinkling of blood. The letter to the Hebrews speaks of Jesus as high priest of the good things that have come to be, made with his own blood, thus obtaining eternal redemption. In the gospel, Jesus offers his disciples the Passover cup, my blood of the covenant. The priest uses similar words in every Mass. The spirituality we take away from Mass today may remind us that our relationship with God in Jesus is truly present in the external signs of Eucharist, word, bread, wine, and all of us. These are transformed into the saving signs of God's fidelity, truly present in Jesus Christ.